Hello again. Today I'd like to play another piece from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's coronation. It is Nimrod from the Enigma Variations by Edward Elgar. Elgar was born in the small village of Lower Broadheath near Worcester, the fourth of 7 children. His father was a piano tuner and shopkeeper, selling sheet music and musical instruments. Edward was taught the violin and piano from an early age and quickly became accomplished. He was a voracious reader, learning music theory, organ playing, and music history with books borrowed from the Worcester Cathedral Library. He had hoped to attend the Leipzig Conservatory for further studies, but his parents could not afford to send him. Instead, he left school and worked as a clerk at a local solicitor's office, a position he held for only a few months before embarking on a musical career. From there, he took up various small positions, playing, conducting, and arranging music for local orchestras, theatre groups, colleges, and even the local lunatic asylum. He began composing during this period while in his early 20s, but it took almost a decade before he began to gain a reputation as a serious composer. Just before the turn of the century, Elgar was suffering from a crisis of confidence. While he was building up a reputation, reviews were polite rather than enthusiastic, and Elgar felt his music was underappreciated. He wrote to his friend and publisher, August Jaeger, saying that he was very sick at heart over music, and hoped he could find a way to succeed with a larger work. Jaeger tried to lift his spirits by telling Elgar that a day's attack of the blues will not drive away your desire, your necessity, which is to exercise those creative faculties which a kind providence has given you. Your time of universal recognition will come. The following year, Elgar produced the Enigma Variations, which were very well received over Europe, establishing Elgar's international reputation. They immediately became popular and remain so to this day. The work is comprised of 14 variations on an original theme. This theme was written in 1898, at the time when he wrote to Jaeger, and it expresses his sense of loneliness and is essentially a caricature of himself at this low point in his life. The variations are dedicated to his close friends and are themselves descriptive of each person or a particular incident. These musical caricatures were written cryptically, and it is not immediately obvious which person the variation is referring to. Nimrod was the 9th variation. The word Nimrod is described in the Old Testament as a mighty hunter, and the word hunter in German is Jaeger. This work was therefore dedicated to August Jaeger. The piece is deeply melancholic but also triumphant, and this may have been written to describe the conversation between Jaeger and Elgar when he was at his low ebb. But what of the enigma in these variations? Elgar suggested that Enigma was the name of the original theme, but that the theme itself was a counter-melody to another familiar phrase, which Elgar never revealed. There have been countless attempts to solve the riddle, none wholly satisfactory, and Elgar took his secret to his grave. Whatever the answer, the Enigma Variations are a wonderful and characterful suite of beautifully written pieces. Unquestionably Elgarian in nature. I have arranged the piece for 12 violins and play this at the speed that Elgar indicated in his score, which is somewhat faster than many recordings. I hope you enjoy my arrangement and rendition.